how do you know what your core values are? Because we are not, you're not raised with like, hey, I'm an honest person. It's my value and I'll never lie.
Yeah.
Even when someone calls in and I say, I'm not in, I'll never lie.
The little ones, the little
The
white
little
lie.
one, the little
Yeah.
lies.
So yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because, this kind of idea of core values was introduced to me. I think for the most part, a lot of us have values that we live by, but we're not consciously directing ourselves to live by them daily. Right. So I've interviewed, like I said, on the podcast, a lot of guys, and I'll give them the list of our core values, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the core values that we have in the podcast and in, the groups that I'm in, and we talk about them, they are courage
Mm-hmm.
at the very base, right? The very first core value is courage, because without courage, you have nothing. You can't move forward. You can't tap into your warrior. You can't achieve anything. So courage is the first. We go into honesty and integrity, then commitment, duty, honor, and love. Those are the seven. When I send these to the men that I've interviewed, they're like, wow, Eric, I'm really glad you sent this to me because, looking through the list, I really appreciate all of these. And I've been living a lot of them, but not on a conscious level
Mm.
and not with purpose and discernment, right? Not going, this is what I'm going to live by. And so I think as a leader, if you don't have a set of core values for yourself, that you're kind of consciously living by day to day, it's really hard for your team or the
Yeah.
people that you're leading to really see that. They want to see that courage in you, that honesty, that you're always going to be honest with them,
Right.
that you're living in integrity, right? So for us, integrity is you are who you are in public, the same as you are in private, right? Commitment is your commitment in everything. I committed to you to do this show.
Yeah.
If I had just called you 15 minutes ahead of time and said, you know what, he thought, there's tons of crap going on and I'm not really feeling it. I'm not living my commitments, right? My duty, one of the things for me, duty is, bringing as much value as I can to people, making better leaders, creating heroes,
Yeah.
and then honor. I mean, honoring the people who are heroes. I mean, I love that. I'm watching stories online that bring me to tears every day,
Yeah.
just the heroic acts people are doing. And then love, right? And love's the ultimate, just like courage is the base at the bottom. Without it, you have nothing. We wrap it with that love. And if you don't have love, pure, beautiful, unadulterated love for yourself and for others, you cannot be a heroic leader at all.
Right.
So look at the list, look for things that make you feel, right? You'll know what they are,
Yeah.
and adopt those as your core values.
And live by them every day.
Live by them.
Live by them. We have a comment on Twitch actually from I don't know the guy's name because it's a user's name, but he's saying that I love the talk. You make a lot of sense. I love listening to you. And that would be horrible to cancel 15 minutes before going live. What do you know? That happened to me before. There are people like that. So yeah, I really appreciate people who have values and don't cancel and actually stick to their word. That's a biggie one, right? Isn't it? Like just
Sure.
say what you'll do and do what you say. How hard is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, and that's integrity as well, too, right? Like if I
Right.
give you my word, I know I'm in integrity. If I say to you, yes, I will do the show Thursday, April 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I will be there.
Yep.
And if I knew in my head, I really didn't want to do it, but I'm telling her that because I want to be nice or I want to, I don't want to say no, right? I'm not being that warrior. I'm not being discerned. And I'm not living in integrity to myself because I know that I'm lying and I'm not keeping commitments. And,
Right.
and keeping those commitments is so, so important. So important. So yeah, I appreciate that comment. Really.
Yeah. And it's, there's again, I'm sure you heard that joke before where if a woman asks a guy to do something, he'll do it. You don't have to remind him every 6 months, right?
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So,
And again, it's also why, we have that reputation, right? So when they say that truest things are said in jest.
yep.
So if,
Yeah.
it's, if they're saying jokes like that, there's some reasoning
Some
behind it.
truth
And
behind
there are
it.
a lot of people, not just men, but I mean, there are a lot of people who are not of their word, who cannot commit just even to little. There was a challenge somebody told me, God, it was one of my guests on the podcast. I really wish I could remember it, but it was about, and if somebody remembers, please put it in the comments, remind me. But it was about keeping your word for, I think it was 7 days or 10 days.
Oh,
keep your word, make a promise, keep your word. And they said most people can't get past 2 or 3 days without breaking a commitment.